Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday market webcast. All right, so we're starting off with the hourly chart here because you just got a bunch of stuff jammed up. I'm actually going to zoom this in one. You got monthly pivot, you've got the daily midband, you got the weekly pivot, you got the 9-day, and it's all just, we've kind of been living on either side of the weekly pivot all the way through Globex. You got to really look, you have to be, I guess you have to be a little bit concerned, although not a ton concerned. Both sides had their issues last week, okay? In the beginning of the week, you just had the Bears with an inability to capitalize on basically anything they had done the prior week. They looked pretty bad on Monday, and they took them all the way up into late Wednesday. But then, Thursday, Friday, with the exception of this little pop on the close, and that was Amazon earnings. The Bears had the second half of the week. The whole week effectively resided above the weekly pivot, whereas this week it's really fighting over it. And I think that's appropriate because these two sides are really fighting for control. They are really fighting for control at this point in the middle of a lot of big inflection points, with a lot of other big inflection points just residing just outside. 100-day, 50-day. So just a quick peek at the daily, you can see, here's your low. They took it up as high as 45.86. They're bringing it back in. So you got to wonder, is this a higher low versus here, lower high versus here, or is it going to become something much more consolidating just in and around all this stuff? 50, 100, 20, 9-day, 200, which we interacted with only about 5 sessions ago, that basically held as support. So you've just got a ton of stuff here. And on a Monday, where the stuff that we work on and the stuff that we look at in the room tells us that it's going to be pretty whippy and choppy off the open, that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense because we are jammed into a lot of big inflection points. So expect the expected. Expect whip, chop, two-sided mess off the open today. And then really, for me, where do we close relative to the 20, the monthly, and the weekly? You really have to treat it, at least for today, and you can throw the daily pivot in there too. You really have to treat it today as a block of price. Who's going to win that block of price? If anybody. So we've talked about the potential for consolidation. So we consolidated here, we broke out, but really, if you look at the last few days, it's kind of settling into an area. And we talked about, where did it want to consolidate? Was it something with 42s on it, 43s, 44s, 45s? It looks like it's right around the roundy there, in and around 4,500. So this whole block of price of daily pivot, weekly pivot, monthly pivot, and the 20-day, and the round number 4,500. That block of price, win that block of price, and in my opinion, you will certainly win the week. What do the Bears want to do? They want to get back into these areas back where they were late 2 weeks ago. They want to live below that pre-FOMC price at 44.13. What do the Bulls want to do? Well, they want to hold here. They want to take out this spike high from Friday, and they want to get back to work on the Wednesday high, which I think was the post FOMC high. Could be wrong about that. Well, whatever it is, it's the Wednesday high. And they want to close above that. So they're going to have to deal with the 50. There's just a ton of stuff that they have to deal with. And the answer might be, we're not ready to deal with any of it. And if that's the case, you have to respect risk. You have to be self-aware enough to know if you're over trading because it's chopping. And if your self-awareness, and if you need to work on self-awareness, come see us. And if you need to work on your results, come see us. If you just want to trade better, come see us. But if your self-awareness is telling you I'm over trading, you got to settle down. You got to take a step back. And you got to understand, we've just come out of 6 weeks of great tape. And so if this thing wants to really just grind everybody up for a couple of days, it's got every right to do so. So understand it for what it is. Don't try to jam a square peg into a round hole. Take your opportunities as you find them. But trade a hell of a lot less if it's not going anywhere. People always want to overtrade the chop. And then they end up undertrading the vol. We talk about it all the time. And we work hard to correct that in our members. All right, that's all I got. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. You're going to have some stuff out from me this week. We're going to do a webinar. We're going to do a live in the private Facebook group, in addition to the stuff that we're going to do for our members in the chat room. And so, for that reason and many more, it's a great time to come check us out. Take care, trade them well. Talk to you tomorrow.